Welcome to round 3, the final round of September 25th, Star Wars Unlimited Locals Night at Valkyrie Vault in Brownsburg, Indiana. If you guys are looking to play some Star Wars Unlimited, check out Valkyrie Vault in Brownsburg, Indiana. 6 p.m. Thursday night, $5 entry. You walk away the promo pack and the pack of the current set. At the time of the recording of this match, that would have been LOF. But nonetheless, I got a couple of fun ones for you all in this final match. We got Finn Blue that we saw back when we did round 2 of our Trilogy format against Morgan Elsbeth Yellow. Morgan Elsbeth is a leader from LOF. So let's discuss these two decks real quick. Finn Blue is all about experience or upgrade destruction. So Finn states on his front side, tap him. You may destroy an upgrade on a friendly unit and you give a shield token to it. On his backside, he does the exact same thing. He does flip 4/5 and he's a 4/6 on his backside. So a real fun thing you could do here is if you get the Rose Tico from Shadows of the Galaxy and attach it, you could destroy a shield token to give a unit 2 experience tokens, which then allows you to do this constant loop where Finn can kill an experience token to give a unit a shield token, and then Rose on attack and then kill a shield token to give experience tokens. If you get into this constant loop of being able to just buff up your guys with experience tokens out of the wazoo, and then also giving them shields so that you can smash stuff on your opponent's side of the board state. And as well, it's a blue strategy, so it has all the good blue control cards like Takedown, Fell the Dragon, and then you could easily do also in here Nebula Ignition because you'll have upgrades like experience tokens on things. As well as we got a very interesting one, Morgan Elsbeth. Morgan Elsbeth states on her front side, action, you may choose a friendly unit that attacked this phase. Play a unit from your hand that shares a keyword with the chosen unit. It costs 1 less. She flips for 5 as well. She's a 3/6 on attack. Choose a unit you may on attack until the next unit you play this phase costs 1 less if it shares a keyword with a friendly unit. So her whole aspect is that you're running keywords. Much like Boba Shadow of the Galaxy, that liked you to use keywords and then you could buff your units with keywords up. She's all about running a whole bunch of keywords like ambush, like restore, overwhelm, anything like that, and playing units with all of these same keywords. Being in yellow and being in villainy gives you a lot of really good ambushers. So you can see a lot of real good ambush here. That's kind of where Boba Shadow of the Galaxy was playing. Boba Shadow of the Galaxy Yellow was just running a whole bunch of ambushers. So that's maybe what we'll see with Morgan Elsbeth as well. But still, a very interesting leader that's allowed you to play a lot of guys out of your hand with 1 cost less if they share a keyword. So with that said, we're going to have to kind of see who will win this final match. Finn the Blue or Elsbeth Yellow. Let's get into game number 1. So both our sides have finished up their resourcing as well. It looks like the Morgan Elsbeth player is going to go first. They're going to pay 2. They're going to put down the Mysterious Hermit. Does have ambush on it. As we got the 𝐒𝐲 coming down. Once again, 𝐒𝐲 on attack. You discard the top card of your deck. If it shares a color with your base, you just added to your hand. Again, not very good if you're running in double blue. Most other colors, it's quite dangerous because you may not be able to hit your base color. But in a double color like blue here, it's a very easy thing to grab because you'll be able to pick up everything back into your hand because of it. And then we're going to swing in 1 damage with the Mysterious Hermit. That does mean that we have Morgan Elsbeth effect online here. And then we're going to be able to go for the 𝐒𝐲 to deal 2. We're going to get a Doom, a real nice thing to do there. Again, restore 1 off of the 𝐒𝐲 as well. So that damage that the Mysterious Hermit did is completely pointless here. As we're going to go for a raid there with the Nil Marauder. But we're going to bring down the good old-fashioned Village Protectors to guard up the base here. With that, of course, being coming down shielded and being Sentinel, meaning you got to go through it twice. So anyways, not too bad start here for the Finn side. Again, you could technically kill the shield upgrade, add another upgrade to it, but that's pretty much pointless. Anyways, we're just going to crack off the shield from the Village Protectors by using the Mysterious Hermit, and then take 2 damage on the Mysterious Hermit. Again, that does give us now the keyword of ambush if we wanted to bring someone in from our hand using the Morgan Elsbeth ability. So we're just going to kill off the Hermit there. So that way we don't actually have tact with a guy with that as well. The one problem is the Marauder is now going to have to crash into, of course, the those Protectors, taking back the 2 damage there. It does have a rate 3. We can now then use that. We also have on the attack of that one to use as well. Because again, Morgan Elsbeth on her front side just states, choose a friendly unit that attacks this phase. So it doesn't care if you hit the base or anything. We just need to see an attack. So anyways, we're going to go for, ooh, nice. So Lurking Phantom, Type Phantom there, because it does share, the raid too, does share raid, of course, with the Nil Marauder there. That's a nice pickup there, because it cannot be returned to hand, cannot be destroyed by any card abilities, and cannot be captured. A really good card there. As we see, Doom is going to give an experience token to 𝐒𝐲 here, because again, in the regrouping phase, give all another non-vehicle units besides Doom an experience token. So 𝐒𝐲 does get an experience token here. A really good combination to be in this Finn leader, because then you can immediately start killing all those experience tokens off and being able to get all that. Being able to then make shields. Anyways, we're going to kill off the Doom with Nil Marauder using the surprise strike to get there an extra 3, so we can kill off the 2/7 body off of the board there. We did see, I forgot to mention, an entrenched from the 𝐒𝐲 there, because of that. So anyways, ooh, the shuttle coming in as well. We're going to go for the 4 damage from the Lurking TIE Fighter. That does give us the ability to go for another raid character on the board. So anyways, we're going to flip for the Finn here for the 4/6. Again, you can nuke off any upgrade onto a unit and give that unit a shield token. So we could kill off the 𝐒𝐲's experience here. We're going to flip for Morgan Elsbeth again. Morgan Elsbeth is just on attack. The next unit you play this phase with a keyword that's on your board costs 1 less. So you don't have to attack with a guy with a keyword. You just can do it. You just get the reductions. Anyways, we're going to swing in for 4 damage onto Morgan Elsbeth here, and we're going to nuke off the experience token on 𝐒𝐲 to give it a shield token, just protecting it so that Morgan Elsbeth doesn't immediately nuke it off. But anyways, it's going to be very interesting to see what our Morgan Elsbeth player wants to do here. We're going to go for, looks to be a Hotshot Blaster. Going to be able to kill off the Finn here, immediately being able to murk it, again, because of, not exactly sure what they're talking about. It looks like maybe they couldn't have done the Hotshot Blaster there. But it looks like we're just going to go for a normal. It looks like they didn't really need to use the Hotshot Blaster. I think the Elsbeth player originally thought that you need the Hotshot Blaster to kill off Elsbeth, as we see the T6 shuttle coming down here, as we see an Super Laser Tech coming down as well. It looks like the Finn player is going to be taking the initiative as well. Again, getting something in the sky is really good to deal with that Phantom, the Lurking TIE Phantom, because that's the only way to deal with it, because you can't capture it, can't be destroyed by enemy card abilities, and cannot be returned to your opponent's hand. So it's a really a nuisance of a card, and let me tell you, once it gets there's a really fun thing you can do with Major Von Reg for round 2. Sticking it under that, and then Major Von Reg is really a hard thing to punch off the board. You literally have to kill it. So then we're going to see the shuttle go after the Phantom, killing off the Phantom there. And then we're going to go for the Overwhelming Barrage, giving a +2 to 𝐒𝐲, and then we're going to kill off the shuttle and knock out the shield off of 𝐒𝐲 here, which again is not too bad. I mean, 𝐒𝐲 is just going to be able to swing again, but the problem is that Super Laser Tech is going to be able to kill off the 𝐒𝐲. Can attempt to 𝐒𝐲 with the 𝐒𝐲. Ooh, Bindu! Again, that 𝐒𝐲 has gotten so much advantage, by the way. Super Laser Tech to go into the resources here. We're going to, funny enough, because it actually doesn't die just this phase just yet, because of because it only takes back 2 damage. It's still got the +2/+2 on it. So technically, it does not die this phase, but will then die at the end of the regroup phase once the +2/+2 is out. So when you go to the regrouping phase, that's when you lose the +2/+2, and technically will die to the overwhelming damage onto it. So yeah, it didn't die there because of the fact that it actually had 1 extra health point on it. So anyways, we're gonna have to move on there. The Bindu again on attack. The next card that you play that's non-heroic, non-ability is reduced by a play cost. So pretty nice there, and it also has a Sentinel, really good card overall. So anyways, we're gonna go for 6. We're gonna go for the good old Infant's Nest. We're gonna hit 5 damage onto good old Bindu and take 4 back. We're gonna swing for 4 damage and then into the base, and then it is going to allow us to have that reduction of play cost of a non-ability, heroic unit, so allowing us to reduce looks like we're not going to reduce the play cost of Doom there, and we're going to play out an Ezra Bridger as well. So there we could have done that as well. So yeah, okay, so they did reduce the play cost there of Doom. They just totally forgot about the Bindu. So we're going to see out a Ezra Bridger that can give a +1 token to a Spectre or to a creature, as well as a Vow that's on death. On death, you can give up to I believe 2 experience tokens to a unit. And then your opponent gets to choose bounty to choose one of your units to deal 3 damage to it. And then Doom, of course, gave an experience token to Ezra, Bindu, and Val there. So very interesting. Right now, it's getting a little out of hand for the Morgan Elsbeth side of the board, because now there is a Doom is off the camera right now, by the way. But again, he's a 2/7. Then you got the Ezra Bridger that's a 4/6. Bindu's a 5/8, and then the Val is a 3/5. So that's very interesting here. And again, the Bendu is protecting itself. So the only way we could do this is the Infant Nest does have to swing into the Bendu, kill off the Bendu because of the Sentinel on it. So anyways, we're going to go for Surprise Strike. Surprise. I guess we're just going to send the Village Protector to go do it. Or sorry, not the Village Protector, the Village Tender to then heal 1 damage there onto the base there, going from the Bendu. So pretty nice. Pretty interesting there. Instead of attacking with the Infant's Nest, we're just going to then swing over the Infant's Nest with Val. Val is going to be able to die here because it is 5 damage. Then we're going to be able to give 2 experience tokens to a unit. So we're going to give 2 experience tokens to Doom thanks to Val's effect, as well as the bounty of 3 damage onto Doom there. So it's pretty an okay trade there, I guess. We're going to waylay back the Doom just so that all that goes back to hand there, forcing our opponent to play it out again, which is impossible. It's at 4 cost. And these guys are now on like 8 resources right now. So we're going to go for a Shin Hati coming down with a shield here. We're going to go for, of course, Ezra. Ezra to get an experience token over to Doom. It really does suck when you got the Ezra Bridger still sitting there right now, being able to buff up the Doom here. And then we're going to go for a Hando Anaka coming down, shielded again. It can move it. It can move any token it wants on attack to anywhere it wants to go. So anyways, the Finn's going to knock out the token off of the Shin Hati. And then knock out the Shin Hati's, Doom's token. Doom's experience token to give himself a shield thanks to the Finn there, giving it a nice shield here, as well as the Shin Hati. So remember, on attack, Hondo can move around any upgrade you and your opponent to another eligible unit that can use that upgrade. So technically, Shin Hati here does get to attack first, but again, it could have technically stolen. So anyways, we also have the Doom trigger coming off here as Ezra gets another experience token, and so does Hondo Anaka. So Hondo's going to lose the shield here. We're going to swing the Ezra into the base here, dealing 5 damage back, giving another experience token over the Doom here. And then we're going to go for a Darth Vader. Ooh, pretty nice. Anyways, we're going to ambush into dealing 5 damage to Hondo Anaka. But again, that does mean that Hondo Anaka cannot actually take the experience token off of it. And then we're going to look at the top 8 cards on it. And then we're going to be able to play a villainy unit that costs 3 or any number of villainy units that cost 3 or less. So anyways, it looks like we're going to play a something that must have been a 1 and something that is definitely, and then a Sauce Ventress, or a Sing coming down as well, coming in hidden. So both our things look like they did come in hidden as well here. So hiding both of our new units coming off the beta is pretty nice. We're going to go for the Hondo Anaka. Hondo Anaka can move any upgrade it wants to anything else, but again, not really much you could do. You could move 1 experience token. But anyways, we're going to go for the Nebula Initiative. Everything on Finn's side is upgraded, so it's just going to be able to wipe out the board there on the Morgan Elsbeth side of it. Basically, an amazing kill card for a lot of different strategies. Just nuke the board for every unit that has not got an upgrade on it. And in this case, since the Finn side has a experience token on every one of their units that is considered an upgrade, that just wipes out the board side for Morgan Elsbeth. So Morgan Elsbeth's side is going to scoop up the game, and we're going to give the game to Finn and move into game number 2. It's time for game number 2. Let's see if the Morgan Elsbeth side of it can get a win out of this and force that all-important game number 3. As we see an Orsine coming down to the board, as we see the Yaddle as well. Restore 1, and against all other Jedi, restore 1. Again, Orsine has a raid 2 on it and does have the hidden keyword, which is good because Morgan Elsbeth can target either of those keywords to reduce the cost of your next unit you want to play here. So I'll kind of have to see again. The Finn side definitely got the boost in the in game 1 thanks to having that Quill as their first play and that Quill surviving for as long as it did. We're going to see 3 damage points coming down onto the base, but then healing off 1 damage from the Yaddle, and then 1 damage point come back to the Yaddle as it swings into the Aura Sing. We're going to then see what we want to do. Again, we can use Morgan Elsbeth to reduce the cost and either play out a hidden or a raid guy for 1 less cost. So anyways, we're going to go for Morgan Elsbeth. We're going to play out the Village Tender for free because it does have hidden on it. Then we're going to play out another Village Tender. I guess we're just going to play all the Ewoks. All the Ewoks are going to come out of the board here and try to win the game. As we see a Concord Dawn Interceptor in the sky for the Finn side. Again, we didn't see much in the space realm for Morgan Elsbeth besides a lurking TIE Phantom, but still, that's a very good thing to get a Concord Dawn Interceptor in the sky, trying to guard out the space there. So we see the Aura Sing is going to be killed off by Yaddle here. We're going to, looks like, potentially spin 2. We got 2 Village Protectors, 1 3s. So we're going to swing 1 damage into the base here, and then heal off 1 invisible damage point. We're going to see the Concord Dawn Interceptor do 1 damage to the base. And then that will be easily be able to be restored off with the Ewok here as we take hit Yaddle for 2, and we're going to go for the Village Protectors. Ooh, not something you want to see here. We are going to go for the Morgan Elsbeth ability. We're going to put on the Aura Sing because it does have the hidden keyword thanks to the Ewok having hidden, or the Village Tender having a hidden keyword onto it. It's a really nice thing there, a really cool aspect that you just can target that hidden keyword. We have the 𝐿𝐴H𝐻𝐷𝐼 coming down as well, coming in with the shield as well. So we're going to be very interested to see what we want to do here as we see a Rey for the Finn side, which then they could also play here as well. So it'd be very interesting here. The Morgan Elsbeth side of the board is getting a little out of hand with the amount of bodies onto it, but the problem is that Village Protector is going to be able to protect something here. So my guess would be that you want to use like a Village Tender to hit the shield off the Village Protector, and then maybe use 𝐿𝐴H𝐷𝐼 to destroy the shield. So we're going to come down with Finn here, once again killing it up on attack, killing an upgrade, giving it so we're just going to knock out the Finn there, so I guess the Finn's not going to stay around very long. 𝐿𝐴H𝐷𝐼 is going to remove that thanks to having Overwhelming Barrage, but again, on attack can remove an upgrade to give a shield token. So technically, you could have gotten a shield you could have killed the shield token off of the Village Protector. As we see a Rey coming down, then we're going to go for the Village Protector that did have the damage on to knock out the shield off of the Village Protectors there, allowing it not to be hit. And we're going to go for the Aura Sing, killing off the Village Protectors to deal back 2 damage. Again, Morgan Elsbeth can flip here as well, or Morgan Elsbeth has not flipped. So anyways, we're going to have Yaddle to knock out this shield here on the 𝐿𝐴H𝐷𝐼. The 𝐿𝐴H𝐷𝐼 is going to deal back 6 damage to the base, inside the base. We're going to do 1 damage from the good old Concordant Interceptor. We're going to swing in 1 damage there for that. But I guess maybe it would be better to maybe hold the 𝐿𝐴H𝐷𝐼 in hands, or maybe just wait on them. But anyways, 3 more damage to the base with, of course, the Morgan Elsbeth flip there. And again, now that it's on flip, it's on attack. Any unit that you play that shares a keyword with something that's on your side of the board can then come out, and that can be hidden, shielded, and raid, as well as restore 1. So there's quite a lot coming down as we see. Ooh, that's something you don't want to see. There comes Mr. Bendu down the board with that big old Sentinel booty there, being a 4/7, which trades really well into this board state here, as well as the Rey being a 4/7. So there's a lot of 4/7 bodies right now onto the board state, as well as that Concordant Interceptor that's still flying in the sky. Anyways, 𝐿𝐴H𝐷𝐼, and anyways, Aura Sing is going to deal 3 damage over to Bendu here to start off the damage threshold. We're going to kill off the 𝐿𝐴H𝐷𝐼 with the Rey here, and then Rey is going to use his ability on attack. It's going to be able to heal 2 damage off of the Bendu, and then give it a shield token, which is pretty nice. Again, it deals it to anything that's not, it allows to do that against anything that's non-heroic on the board. So Bendu being just a mono with no heroic, no villainy on it is pretty nice. As well as the Bendu did swing as well, so it is capable of being, no wait, sorry, the Bendu came down this first turn. Anyways, 1 more damage to the base with the good old Concordant Interceptor. That Concordant Interceptor will get there sooner or later of winning this game, damaging the base. Here's, we're going to go for an Adept Arc 170 down to the ground here. Again, there are no other keywords on the board because Morgan Elsbeth herself does not have a keyword. I don't know why for a deck that a leader that wants you to reduce the cost of keywords, she does not have a keyword onto her. At least maybe give her some keyword. Typically, you would think about also 1 card in this strategy, as well as we see the Rey healing off damage again off of the Bendu as well. Can't give it another shield. But anyways, we're going to go for the Adept Arc 170, hitting 3 damage on the Concordant Interceptor, and then taking back 3 damage as well, and then healing back 2 as well. So anyways, Bendu to swing into the base again. Now Bendu does have his trigger as well. You could reduce the cost of the next card that you play that's not a villainy, non-heroic unit, so that does really help there as well. So it's very interesting to me that like another card you might think about playing with Morgan Elsbeth that came out in the Legends of the Force was Opalranus, a double green card that had like every single keyword on him, as long as you shared something with that keyword, because we're going to go for the Porg! Super Porg! We got the Super Porgs, everybody, as we're going to go for a Neil Marauder coming down the board. We're going to pay the necessary 6 onto that, and then we're going to kill one of those resources to immediately give a Porg that Porg shield token. Basically, we can do that multiple times over, so we're going to immediately just have the Concordant Interceptor to destroy the wounded Adept Arc 170. The Concordant Interceptor has done its job well of putting damage onto the base here for quite a lot. So anyways, I don't know. The game definitely feels like it's still going into the favor of the Finn side here 100% over the Morgan Elsbeth side. But again, it's a lot of fun seeing 2 really like what I call like jank strategies toppling down to each other. It's just a lot of fun when people just really want to try jank. So anyways, we're going to knock out the shield off of the Bendu here. Just a really pain there that again, Bendu just gets the heal and he gets a shield off of that Rey. So basically, it just never, that Bendu's not dying anytime soon thanks to that big Sentinel. So you need to bounce it back. So anyways, we're going to go for the Adept Arc 170, swinging in with that extra 3 damage attack points thanks to the Surprise Strike. We're going to go for Porg! super porgs or super curious flock. I don't know. Yeah, I still call them porgs, sorry, but it's a curious flock. That's the official name on there, as it's going to deal a whole bunch of damage to our opponent's base here. And then we're going to go for, of course, Vigilance here. We're going to give a Fear token, a Shield token to Ray, and then heal back 5. And then we're going to go for the Village Protectors to give it a Shield token, and we're going to immediately pass. I think the game state has been passed right there. The Morgan Elsbeth, I can see the writing on the wall. There's just too many shields on the board, too many experience. That Porg can swing again for an almighty swing, and then you have the Ray again to heal like Bendu or anything like that. So there's really nothing else you can really do. And all our Morgan Elsbeth side has is the Adept Arc 170 to attempt to win the game. So that is it, folks. The Thin Blue strategy beats the Morgan Elsbeth Yellow strategy. But nonetheless, I love when we get these jank strategies to come out and show themselves onto the game state. It's a lot of fun when you can just have some good old jank. And again, I like what Morgan Elsbeth does, don't get me wrong. I think it's a really cool leader for what it can do. I just think if you're going to play like Keyword Turbo, you're going to go with Shadow of the Galaxy Boba Fett, because he just has a whole lot better of an ability over keywords, and that deck typically is just Ambush Turbo. But again, when you run into Big Sentinel with Bendu and you can't kill it, and then you see the Ray immediately coming down, you can't kill it, and the Ray is just going to constantly heal the Bendu and give it shield tokens, which isn't great, and Bendu is able to reduce the cost of your guys by because it swings there. So it's a pretty interesting strategy, but nonetheless, both decks are pretty fun. I like what the Finn deck can do. It's a really looking fun deck overall. Nice, really double blue. And again, game 1 really does help when the Quill came down, because the Quill was able to immediately start milling cards and immediately giving hand advantage to the Finn side of the board. But nonetheless, game 2 basically was just beat down Turbo onto the Finn side. But nonetheless, I want your thoughts, guys, down in the comments on the game. Let me know if you tried out either of these leaders, or if you got inspired to try out either of these leaders, especially in the SEC meta, where now we have all the new SEC cards. Because the time of this recording and voicing over this September 25th game, we are in the SEC meta and have left the LOF meta. So let me know if you guys are interested in trying out either of these leaders in the SEC meta, or if you want to see anything else with these leaders at all. So just leave me all those comments down below. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you can know if my videos go live for you. I will see you next time on Dragons TCG.